Does number of years matter in terms of experience?
Well, the norm is like that, unfortunately, around us. But my personal experience is that, there's a difference between the wisdom and intelligence, right? Wisdom is based on, is just comes, right? They say an intelligent person knows how to get out of a hole. A wise person knows not to fall into the hole in the first place. But of course, the norm is that people take number of years and all that stuff. But I have seen some of the smartest guys in my life who didn't have number of years behind them, but they were just smart. They really knew, how to get things done. I'm talking about the technical field in which all my life we have hired people, and I really love those guys. I love those, if I may call them hackers, and if there are hackers out there listening, please join us. I love
Okay.
that mentality, that mindset. They already know how things will happen, how to break things, and when to break things. I mean, that's a different kind of, but I think, I mean, the norm is people here, and I often feel funny when you ask somebody how much experience do you have, they say 3.25 years, as that, 0.25 or or 0.05 will add an extra wisdom or extra intelligence to that person, right? I mean, this is, I think, somewhere people have to feel that themselves. And I'm still waiting for an employee or a person looking for a job whom I ask how many years, and he says, "Does it really matter? Are you looking for a person who can do the job, or are you looking for a number of years?" I think in my definition of entrepreneur is not just the guy who starts a company. Entrepreneurial attitude, zeal, to me is more of an attitude, is more of a way of working. I in fact often have given example. Even a mailman can be entrepreneurial. I have seen a cobbler on the street can be entrepreneurial because he's devising new ways of solving a problem that is presented to him. And so anybody who looks at a problem in a unique way, in a different way to solve it, I think is an entrepreneur in a way. first you look at the problem that you want to solve and how you want to solve it. And the way you solve it, are people going to pay money for it? Because these days, in fact, yesterday in some session I mentioned that the vision and ideas, these are plenty. And some people say, oh, you're visionary. I mean, I think uh, I wish to be called a guy, known more as a guy who can execute well rather than who have a good vision. Because these days, ever since the world has become flat with the internet, I think everybody can have an idea. I mean, there are a ton of ideas every people have, but how do you convert those ideas into a good execution, into a good product, good service that people are willing to pay for it, and you can replicate that through millions or billions of dollars? That's where the trick lies. So I think
Great.
it's if you want to start a company, if you should look at, is there a problem that is looking for a solution? Is that solution something that only you can uniquely solve that problem, and are people willing to pay for it, or are there sufficient number of people who are willing to pay a lot of money for it for you to build a successful business? And I have learned this from my own mentor, that how does one find a life partner is by staying natural and authentic.
Hmm.
I think it's very important these days. I mean, how do you find a good customer? People ask in sales. I mean, just be authentic and genuine. I think you will hear that more and more often because it is lacking these days with our 24/7 bombardment of social media. I think we see others doing this and that, and so we feel pressure to do the same. We feel pressure to be like others rather than staying natural to who we are, right? And who we are, and becoming the best version of ourselves. You're never in competition with others. You're in competition only with your own self. If these two things someone can understand, someone can realize, try to implement, I think you would be able to find a life partner easily. Your life partner will find you. How about that, right? Because you are authentic and natural, you are genuine, and the right person will come to you. I often give this example. How much time does it take you to brush your teeth in the morning? Hardly any time,
Hardly.
right? And same things which are part of your daily routine, things which are part of your life, which are instinctive to you, they don't take any time because you don't think about them.
Okay.
Work life balance, because people think too much about things. See, we say that every action of ours is preceded by a thought, right? Now, it also means that every thought, right, is leading to some action. On average, human beings have 60 to 80,000 thoughts. We don't perform that many actions. So, more majority of the thoughts are waste because we keep thinking about the same thing over and over again. Procrastination, deliberating, too much of all this is there, And I think it is. I feel that if we can make the things that we do on daily basis quite instinctive in our life, like a habit, like brushing teeth, you know, that you get up, you do this, you do, then make them as part of, some people say, make them part of routine, right? The 5 a.m. routine, that some things are like that. Get up, run, do this. So for me, if you make those things instinctive, they become natural, and then automatically the balance comes. Because things you can incorporate in your life, make them instinctive by choosing them. You say, well, I want to meditate, I want to run, I want to respond to emails, I want to do this. That's, you have series like that, right? And I think you can make them instinctive, then you don't have to think about them. I like to state that funny story you may have heard earlier in my earlier talks, that there was a centipede, an insect with 100 legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And somebody asked him, "Hey, you have 100 legs. How do you know which leg to put first?" And the
Okay.
guy could never walk after that because he started thinking, "Do I think which leg to put first?" Now, when we walk, do we know which leg to put first?
Mm.
I mean, we
Yeah.
just walk. It's natural to us. Make things, as many things as possible, natural to you.